Welcome to You Asked For It. I'm Coach Myrna Young.
I'm Coach Willms. Thank you for watching us.
And today we are going to talk to you about how to deal with turmoils in your life. We have a question again from Brazil. Come on, Florida, you need to send some questions in.
Send us some questions. But thank you, Brazil.
All right, so you have a question from someone in Brazil regarding how to deal best with turmoils in life. So, can you give us some background on this person?
Yes, it's a him.
Okay.
Yeah, I know him. He's one of my students at university, and he said he's been going through a lot of crap the past year, and he's having troubles to best manage everything that's going on. I mean, he lost the job, then the wife left him with the kids, and it's really bad story. And his problem was how can I deal with this kind of situations in my life? So I had a long chat with him. It was an interesting chat. I'm glad we can share that together so we can extra help him.
Yeah.
And you that were watching us.
Yeah. And you know something, as we come to the end of the year, I'm sure that he is not the only one that might say, I've had a really bad year. I can't wait for this year to be ended. You know, the new year is supposed to be, everybody's looking for new beginnings. Everybody's looking for something different than went through. A lot of people go through things, and you know, they say things comes in threes.
Yeah.
So, you know, he lost his job, he lost his wife, and there's probably something else too. And it's very hard when you're in that situation to come out of it, or, you know, come out of it with your sanity.
Yeah.
So what we teach is that you have to prepare yourself beforehand. Because when you're in, it's like if somebody threw you in the pool.
Okay, but you said that you have to prepare yourself beforehand. How can you prepare yourself before the problems arrive?
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Okay, right. It's just like if somebody throws you into a pool, right? The time to learn to swim is not then, right? The time to learn to swim is
That's the time to learn to survive.
You know, and what happens is you have to prepare yourself by consciously understanding the dynamic. I want to bring your attention to a passage that's in the Bible. And it says, and it's something that I actually meditate on a lot of the times, right? And what it says is like fish caught in a net, trouble comes suddenly. You know, it happens. I just went to a funeral for one of my church brothers at church. He was driving home and got in a car accident.
Wow.
He didn't come back, right? So trouble comes in many forms. It comes in debt. It comes in loss. It comes in rejection. It comes in you losing your job. Once you're above ground, you are going to have challenges.
Yeah.
And the way to deal with the turmoils, which is basically what the question is that you got to prepare the temple. You got to prepare your mind. You've got to deal with it from the inside out and not from the outside in. And that's what I'm talking about as far as consciously being the best you, consciously being your best self, right? And that is basically how you deal with it. And once you are dealing with the temple, right, then you stop attracting all this negativity and all these bad things that are coming into you, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what made people commit suicide.
I know. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
but
that's fine.
I still don't get how you can prepare yourself for things like that. I mean, the wife left him. I mean, he lost the job. I am laughing here, but I feel so bad for him. And I love him, so he knows. So I can laugh.
Yeah.
So, but how can he prepare himself? So for him, how can I prepare myself? What can I do when things are going south?
So what is your advice? Well, how do you think that people deal with turmoil?
I think we deal in horrible ways. I mean, we
That's
cry,
because you're
we
not
scream,
prepared,
we
right?
fight. But I'm sorry, but even prepared people, I think when it comes down to troubles, even very prepared people, and let's say, let's define prepared. What is prepared in your opinion?
Well, prepared, in my opinion, is finding the quiet space inside, through meditation, through thinking and knowing that another passage in the Bible, trouble don't last always. This will pass, right? And you've just have to get to that place. Maybe all things work for good. There's so many ways that you can prepare yourself, and it's what you stand on. What do you stand on? Because trouble will come. Challenges will come. What is it you stand on? What's your foundation? Are you going to be blown every time challenges come? He might get married again. His wife might leave him again.
But that's what happens
How are you
to
going to
most
respond?
people.
Well,
So
that's why we're doing this, because there's a better way to live.
So you were saying, okay, I'm getting it.
better way to
So
live.
you were saying that in order for you not to repeat it and get over with and build something better, you have to learn how to better prepare yourself. Okay, I'm getting it. Now I'm getting it. Okay. And in your opinion, once you are there, I mean, you are in the middle of the turmoil and you are not prepared, okay? You don't have all this meditation thing and you don't have so much going on. Only problems.
Guess what happens? You sink. Again, I'm not sure why I'm going to the Bible all the time on
But
this.
go, I love it.
But that's, that's our foundation. That's how we live life. But I remember the story with the storm and Peter. And basically, he got off the boat and walked into the water. And when he had his eyes on Jesus, he was walking on water. And when he took his eyes off of Jesus, he started to sink.
Yeah.
Same analogy, right? You got to look at what is your eye on, right? What is your eye on? You're going through something bad right now, but you got to believe that it's going to get better.
Okay.
You have to believe that everything worked for your good, right? You've got to find personal power. That's very important. Tony Robbins talks about it all the time. Personal power, the power from within, right? You can't give it to people. He can't give it to his wife. You can't give it to the job. You have to have personal power.
Okay, I understand. The way I see it, and I agree with you at some point.
Okay.
I agree that yes, we have to take care of the foundation, of course, and we have to do all of that. But many times we do believe in God. Many times we do go to church. Many times we do read the Bible. Many times we do all the nice little things that we are supposed to do as good children that we are.
Right.
And we still have a lot of turmoil.
Yes.
We still have a lot of problems.
Right.
And we still have to deal with it. Sometimes we do have a good foundation and we still have the problems. That is the funny thing. Because many times people believe just because they do everything right, they read the Bible, they do all that stuff, everything will be calm.
No one ever promised
Hello, wake up.
No one ever promised that. It doesn't say anywhere in the Bible that if you become a Christian that you're not going to have trouble.
But I
It
know,
says that trouble will come.
But we
I
still,
just read it.
Yeah, but people still believe that because they are doing everything right, they you have everything right.
No.
And it doesn't happen that way.
It doesn't.
What I love what Mr. Augusto Curry, I already talked about him, I showed him the other book, Make and Think It Happen. He's a huge psychologist in the world. He sold millions of books. And he says that we have to learn how to disconnect from our moment. And what it does is, the moment we are able to disconnect from our troubles, and find a quiet, and you said about that, find a quiet space and look at the dynamic that's happening from a different perspective, what happens is we are able to disconnect the emotions as well. Many problems, we have a lot of troubles to overcome whatever is going on because we are too connected with the emotions and the dynamics. So when you disconnect and you see yourself and you see that dynamics from another perspective, you can see that with less emotion and less feelings, and of course with a different perspective. To do so, it's not as matrix as it sounds, okay? You have to find a quiet space, and you have to find the time to think about whatever is going on in your life. So I would say is find a quiet place. Find a place where you can actually disconnect from what's going on and start asking questions why this is happening, but not from a pity perspective. A pity perspective is the one who says, oh my goodness, why me? It's always me. Why I don't deserve this? Myrna has a perfect life. Why do I have this shitty life? This is a pity perspective. This is not good at all. The right perspective is, what am I not getting? What am I not learning? Why is this happening again? When you ask those questions with curiosity, it allows you to see with a different perspective. Do I make sense?
Yeah, and you just said something that's very powerful, is that you always have to understand what the lesson is. Because every storm has a lesson in it for you. If God is trying to take you somewhere, you have to be prepared. And storms prepare you for life.
I have a question, just came to me. Let's imagine I am your coachee, and you have to give me, I know as coaches, okay, we don't tell people what to do. I know that. Okay? Don't have to preach me. I know that. But let's say I am your coachee, and you have to help me, okay, see this time of turmoil from a different perspective. What would you suggest me?
Okay, great.
This is not prepared. This is
great question. All right, so your wife left you, right? You lost your job, right? And you're feeling pain.
Of course.
Okay, you're feeling pain.
I gather feel.
All right, you're feeling pain. Okay, so what is it that, if you were to look into the future 5 years from now?
Okay, like that.
If you were going to look in the future 5 years from now, what would you want to learn from this experience? Number one.
Okay.
And number two, what do you see in your future?
Love that. So you actually, this is what you just did. You take that, as I said, find a place and disconnect yourself. So I love it. So look at yourself in the future, 5 years, and ask yourself, how is going to be life in 5 years? Where are you going to be living? What kind of family you're going to have? What kind of relationship you're going to be in? How is going to be your house, your car? What part of the world you're going to be living in? Love it. So you were able to help the person to disconnect.
Yes. Well, it's not just disconnecting, because if you don't have a vision, you die, right? Somebody has left you. You've lost your job. You're not going to die, right? You have to continue living.
You think you're going to die,
You have to continue living, and you have to have a new vision. You have to have a new goal, right? And there's a lesson in there. And if you don't get the lesson, you will repeat it, right? So you find out, what is the lesson? What is God trying to teach me? If you don't believe in God, what is the universe trying to teach me? What do I learn about myself from this experience, right? The people that don't learn go around blaming, go around hating, go around saying, why me? Some people blame God. Why did God do this for me?
Poor God.
Why did God do this for me? Whenever you're in that space, you don't grow, you don't evolve. You stay right there with the emotions. And then you stuff it down with what? What do you stuff it down with?
Suffering, pain.
No, what do you stuff that emotions down with?
I don't know what.
Drugs and alcohol.
Oh, many times, yes.
Yes. So you've got to process it. You've got to go through it. You've got to think of everything works together for good.
Yeah, you know what I like to think?
There's a better job. There's a better wife.
There is a better wife. There is a better husband. There is always a better job. There will be better sex. There will be more money. There will be a better place. Believe me. And stop feeling sorry for yourself. It kills me. I can't stand people who are always blaming themselves and blaming other people for whatever's going on. And it drags you and drags you. And come on, stop crying. Man up or woman up. And
move on.
Move on. If the person left you, okay, left you. I'm sorry. If you lost your job, you're gonna have to find a way to work again. So stop complaining. Get your ass out of the couch. Turn off the television. Turn off this video. Not now. There's wait 3 minutes, and move on. Find something to do with your life.
Yes.
I understand people have to find,
wallow in it.
Yeah, and find the
you're not
purpose.
supposed to soak in it.
And I know it's difficult because I've been there. I've been there.
We all have been there.
We all have been there. And sometimes we are almost there again, and we have to remind ourselves, not anymore, not again. That's how we evolve, learning from it. So I love it. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're very welcome. And again, one of the other things too is, again, I was talking to my daughter about it when we were coming here, is that you have to stop having an external locus of control. An external locus of control is if your happiness depends on other people. Because you can never find happiness outside of yourself.
No.
You can only find happiness inside. Now, a lot of people that are probably listening to us right now don't meditate. But it's a practice that you all need to do. Because when you meditate, when you find a quiet space, you start understanding who you are, understanding your purpose, understanding what you need to do in this world. And once you're moving towards that goal, then people are no longer going to bother you.
Of course not, because you know who you are.
Yes.
You know what you stand for, you know your strength, and you know your weaknesses. There is no way you can learn about yourself and know yourself if you don't interact with yourself. And I love meditation because what it doesn't take you to like a fantasy world, the matrix world. It makes you to connect with who you truly are, and you see yourself butt naked as you are. And I love meditating. It's so empowering.
A lot of people don't do it, but it's very important if you're not going to be thrown around by the storms, right? Think of the storm in the palm tree. I mean, you're going to be like blown around and thrown around. You got to be able to stand firm.
Exactly.
You got to be able to stand firm. And the only way you stand firm is you got to know what you got to do. And only you can know that.
Thank you. Thank you for watching us. If you like our show, please share it with your friends on Facebook, sign up to our channel, and send us your question. We're going to be happy to have you here with us, and you ask for it.